I am joining the dark side. I am buying Tesla. What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor, and I am finally going ahead and picking up some Tesla stock. I have been doing more and more research as of late, and I just feel like I have to. If you've watched a few of my videos recently, you'll know that I do highly rank Tesla as a company. The only reason I haven't invested is because I believe that in the short term, they may be overvalued. And in previous videos, I've said things like I might buy in if I see a considerable dip. But I have missed out enough times at this stage. I mean, two companies I missed out massively on were Shopify and Spotify. Both because I thought they were overvalued and they just continued booming. I need to go back to my roots and remember one of my favorite quotes of all time. It's about time in the market, not time in the market. So Tesla to me is a company that I think will quite literally change the way the whole entire world works. And from a long-term investor's point of view, that seems like a pretty good bet. So market isn't actually open as of recording this video, but I do have a screen record and I will put it on the screen now. I'm going to start it off by picking up half a share. For me, that's a decent bit of money for my portfolio. You might remember my 5,000 sub special, which was only a month ago. I only had a total of $7,000 in the portfolio. It will actually put them into my top 5 biggest holdings straight away. It's the biggest purchase I personally have ever done. And the plan is just going to be the dollar cost average, both on the way up and on the way down. Today, I'm going to speak about why I'm getting in now instead of waiting for a potential dip. There are a couple of things happening in a very short period of time that I believe will, at least in the short term, make Tesla stock price keep rocketing up. We're going to speak about things like the battery day. They're more than likely inclusion in the S&P 500. The fact that they don't have to spend any money on advertising because they are so well spoken about. Their technology and how they are so far ahead of the competition. And lastly, Elon Musk, you know, the man behind the business. So right before we get to our first points of the day, can I please ask you to smash a like on this video? It would mean so much to me. It really does help the channel out an awful lot. Please do hit that juicy red button if you're new around here. Join the family. I mean, we are growing at a really quick rate. I am so appreciative of every single one of you. And lastly, drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about Tesla, you know, if you're involved in them, because I know an awful lot of you guys are. Maybe even let me know your cost basis, just to make me feel really sad about getting in at the very top. With all that being said, guys, let's get into the video. So I just want to start things off with the stock chart, and I mean, look at the last day, up 10%. Pre-market, it's already up 4.5%. Oh, just let me buy it now. I'm missing out on so much. The 5-day chart up 21%. The monthly chart up 55%. The 6-month chart nearly 200%. You get the picture. The growth has been absolutely insane. One of the main reasons I didn't invest in the first place, okay, was because, you know, I thought I could time it a little bit. I thought that I could get in on some sort of a dip. But doing that has already proved to me I've missed out on a lot of gains. I am not smart enough to time the market. I am not a time traveler. I'm not a genius. I don't have any sort of special skills. At the end of the day, if you believe in a company in the long term and you think that they are going to ultimately go up in value in the long term, it shouldn't matter what price you buy at. And with dollar cost averaging being the name of the game, I've already made it very clear I'm very happy to buy at the highs. I've done it with Facebook, Amazon, Apple, and all of those positions are up. I mean, Amazon, I've literally only ever bought at literally all-time highs, and that is up nearly 20% for me. It's crazy. So I'm bringing that same mindset that I had with my FANG stocks over to Tesla. It's okay to buy at the highs, and you will just dollar cost average regardless of whether the company goes up or down. One relatively current piece of news: Tesla to hold shareholder meeting and battery day in person on September 22nd. This battery day has been spoken about for so long. What makes battery day so important, okay, is that Tesla is expected to reveal a number of advancements in its battery tech that could give it an even greater advantage over other companies pursuing electric vehicles. Tesla is already so far ahead of the curve. And I mean, when you really start looking into it, they are mind-numbingly so far ahead of the curve. The Tesla have the best range by far compared to any of these other electric vehicles. And range is obviously a massive thing. Range and charging time mean a lot to people. People want to buy an electric car. They want to help the environment. They want to help this, you know, change the sustainability, but they also need performance. You know, they don't want inconvenience. They don't want to have to charge a car for 6 hours to only be able to drive 100 miles. And Tesla know this, and it's one of the first lines that you will see when you go to have a look at their mission, okay? They want to prove that people didn't need to compromise to drive electric, that electric vehicles can be better, quicker and more fun to drive than gasoline cars. And it's this vision, it's this mission, it's this drive that literally makes them have the best tech out there by a long shot. So they are so far ahead of the competition. Also, performance wise, things like going 0 to 60, they have some of the fastest times among all of their vehicles. Basically, technology wise, they're already very far ahead, and this battery day, if we get even better news in regards to their technology, the stock price is more than likely going to boom. A lot of people who are somewhat skeptical, similar to how I have been for literally months now, will be more inclined to buy the company. So that's why I want to get my position open now, because if the rest of this year goes the way we expect it to go for Tesla, even $1,500, even $1,600 we were going to open today is going to seem like a low price. And Tesla may be getting included in the S&P 500. And I mean, if you have a good battery day and you get included in the S&P 500, your stock price is going to skyrocket. I believe that is why a lot of the growth is happening right now, is because people expect these things to come true. If Tesla is able to squeeze out even the smallest profit in this next quarter in particular, there's a real chance that they will get included in the S&P. And why we can most definitely expect to see a profit, okay? Tesla delivered just 2,250 more cars than the first quarter deliveries of 2020, but fewer deliveries last quarter, Tesla turned a profit, so more than likely they are going to post a profit. It makes sense. So essentially, to be included in the S&P 500, there's a lot of things that have to happen. Things like market cap, liquidity, financial viability, and other factors. And Tesla has all of the boxes ticked, except for this one, okay? The sum of a company's most recent 4 consecutive quarter earnings must be positive, and so must the most recent quarter. So essentially, when, it's not even really an if at this point, they post their next quarter's earnings, that will be 4 consecutive profitable quarters in a row, which will more than likely make them eligible for S&P 500 inclusion. And so this is why being in the S&P 500 is so important, okay? You have all the index funds that have no choice but to include it. So institutional investors in particular, ETFs, things along those lines, will be more likely to pick up shares in Tesla. So people like me, but on a much bigger scale, as in portfolio managers, hedge fund managers, all of those people, they would not be able to ignore it if it was to get into the S&P 500, which obviously is going to drive its price up. So in the short term, as in over the next few months, there is 2 pieces alone that could well keep driving this stock price up. And now one other thing I want to speak about in regards to Tesla that will more than likely keep driving this price up is the word of mouth. The hype, the love that people have for this company, the love that people have for Elon Musk, and the love that people have for the cars. Tesla has never spent any money on traditional ads, while other car makers have spent billions. This man right here is a walking, breathing, living advertisement. I mean, everything he does gets covered in the media, and a lot of the time it is revolved around Tesla. I think in the world of YouTube, there isn't a single company that is covered more than Tesla, and you know, has been covered for such a long time. Hype stocks come and go. I mean, a few months we were all talking about Carnival, now they don't get the time of day. The same could be said for your airline stocks, you know, there was a lot of hype around them, now not too many people speak about them very often. Tesla has always been spoken about and always will be spoken about. It's not a trend, it is here to stay. You may remember this when he sent his personal red Tesla Roadster to Mars. Literally sent a car to Mars. The amount of people who were speaking about this, every single news outlet in the world was covering this. I mean, he does everything. Tesla designs ventilators to combat the virus. I mean, do you remember when this man was on Joe Rogan's podcast and he smoked a little bit of the green leaf? The world went absolutely mental. They're just in such an incredibly powerful position. Now, just some more amazing things about Tesla. Their charging infrastructure. It's just everywhere. Long distance travel is easy with access to the world's fastest charging network. They have convenient charging locations at hotels, restaurants, and shopping centers. Basically, anywhere you're going to be parking a car. Explore a route and they'll give you the best locations to keep you charged along the way upon arrival. They will literally map it out for you. It doesn't get easier than that. And you can monitor and control your charging and get notifications when charging is complete with the Tesla app. You know, one thing that made me finally decide I want to pull the trigger on this company is that I want to own a Tesla. I don't even have a driver's license yet. I've never bothered getting one. I've started, I've just never really gone for it. And I have never gotten excited about a car. Literally, I have no interest in cars, but I want a Tesla. The Model S, 610 kilometer range, 804 liters, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 2.5 seconds. These are also literally some of the safest vehicles in the world. The quickest acceleration on Earth. Top speed of 261 kilometers an hour. You can recharge up to 214 kilometers in 15 minutes at any supercharger location. It is quick to charge. And there's 17,000 superchargers placed along well-traveled routes around the world. It has a 610 kilometer range when fully charged, okay? I live in Ireland. If you wanted to drive from the very tip top of Ireland down to the very bottom of Ireland, it's approximately 300 miles. That is 482 kilometers. You could drive the entire length of my country and have nearly 150 kilometers left without charging. So I mean, it's functional. It's not like you're gonna have to stop every hour or two, charge for 10 minutes and keep going. You can go very long distances. They have the most advanced autopilot technology that is out there. They have 1 million vehicles on the road right now, most of which have autopilot, which is giving them information on how to improve this every single day. And I mean, they're beautiful. They are such nice cars. That looks like a slick car. And you can get one of these for about 85,000 euro, less than $100,000. I mean, like, it's good. And Elon Musk just became richer than Warren Buffett. And honestly, it's a company that gets me excited. And to me, that genuinely is something really important. I want to be involved in the company, you know. I want to see them do well because I think it will be a better future. And they are just in prime position to be incredible. Musk owns 20.8% of Tesla stock, making his stake worth just under 60 billion right now. I mean, pre-market, stop going up pre-market. I'm buying you literally in 3 hours. Can you stop? Pre-market's up another 5%. Friday was 10%. His fortune rose more than $6 billion on Friday. He's set to make another 3 billion plus today. I think Musk is an amazing man, okay? And it's in his best interest to see Tesla do well. I mean, he owns 20% of Tesla. At the end of May, Tesla granted Musk stock options worth $1.8 billion today. Musk's pay package lays out a plan that could eventually give him 20.3 million stock options over the course of 10 years. I love Elon Musk. I really do. I think he's just amazing at everything he does. I am so excited to be getting into this company. Quick recap. In the short term, I see 3 main reasons for Tesla to keep going up. 1 being the up and coming battery day in September. 2 is the inclusion in the S&P 500 that is more than likely going to happen now. And 3 is genuinely just momentum, word of mouth and hype. I am tired of missing out in companies that I completely and utterly believe in the long term. So that's why I'm going to be buying these guys at all-time highs, and I'm not too upset about it at all. I am upset that I was going to buy them back, I think, when they were like $600, $700, but it is what it is. It happens. I am very, very excited to get these guys into my portfolio, and I do believe that in the long term they will hold a very big portion of my portfolio, all going well at least. Anyway guys, I do really hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you stuck around till the end, I appreciate you so much. You well and truly are a legend. You are the reason that this channel is growing, so genuinely thank you so much. Please do hit that like button if you haven't just yet. Drop me a comment down below, let me know what you think. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. I will see you for tomorrow's video. Peace.